March, and welcome to this month's edition of Reflect and Reset. Now, I don't know about you, but I find March to be a bit of a weird month. So officially, I can't say that, not at this time on a Monday morning. You know what I'm trying to say? Meteorologically, it's spring. But it's kind of in between, isn't it? Here and about the borders of Staffordshire and Cheshire, it's rather windy, which means it's rather cold, but the sun is trying to break through. So yeah, we're sort of half in winter and trying to get into spring. So that's why the theme that I've chosen for this month is Shake It Off. So we're trying to shake off the last of the winter energy, but not to sort of get rid of everything all in one go, just to shake off what's not needed right now, loosening the things that we've been clinging on to that are comfortable, that keep us warm, and actually maybe stepping out of the comfort zone a little bit. So as always, welcome if you're new here and it's your first time. What we do is we start with some gentle mobility work, and today we're actually going to start with that seated. So I've got my chair ready. Don't worry if you haven't got a chair ready, you can still do this standard, and then you'll have the opportunity to do the second time through either seated, or you can stand up if you want to kind of inject a little bit more spring energy into that movement. After we've done our mobility, we'll then move on to a visualization, and I have some journaling prompts for you. So let's get started. So if you're seated, sit sort of in the middle of your chair, so not all the way back, but not sitting right on the edge either. So just make sure you're nice and stable. And then whether you're seated or standing, let's come to a nice tall position, that golden thread lifting your head out of your shoulders, sitting up nice and tall, lifting out of the hips. If you're seated, just rest your hands in your lap. If you're standing, rest your hands by your sides, wherever's comfortable. And we'll just take a nice deep breath in and a heavy exhale out. Deep exhale in and a heavy exhale out. Dropping the shoulders down, and deep breath in and a heavy exhale out. Let's start by just waking up and shaking off any stagnant energy in the shoulders. So lift the shoulders to the ears and circle them back nice and slowly. Do that at your own pace. And then let's change the direction. So lift the shoulders to the ears and roll them forward. Get some nice movement across the top of the back and across the chest. And relax the shoulders down. And now I invite you to tip your head to one side, dropping your ear towards your shoulder, and then gently roll the head forward to center and round to the other shoulder, and then come back up to center, and then drop the ear back to the second shoulder and round the other way. And keep repeating that for a few times. I've definitely got some tightness on one side of my neck, that's for sure. And last time. Okay, now just drop your arms by your side if they're not already. And we're just going to swing one arm gently up and then the other one. Maybe take it a little bit higher each time. And you could swing it back behind you as well. But keep it nice and easy. And let's do one more on each arm. And let the arms come down to rest. Get yourself nice and tall in your seat again, or standing tall. And we're going to do a torso twist. So you could rest your hands on your hips, or aeroplane your arms out to the side, and then lift out of the hips and gently twist to one side, taking your head with you, then back to center and twist the other way. Keep going. Watch out for those shoulders creeping up around the ears. One more each side. And just give yourself a little bit of a shake as you relax back into your seating or standing position. So we're going to do a seated cat-cow or standing cat-cow. So first of all, put the arms out in front, tuck the chin to the chest and curl back. And then come back up to seated, lift the chest, arch the back, look slightly to the sky, and then back into your cat position, so chin to chest, rolling the spine back, and back to cow, lift the chest, lift the head slightly, and one more cat, and one more cow, and back to center. And then let's just shake everything out, maybe lift the arms above the head and just shake, maybe give the legs a shake. What we're going to do is come up to standing for round 2. Now if standing doesn't work for you, then you're more than welcome to repeat what we've just done, staying in a seated position. So let's start off with our shoulder rolls. So circle the shoulders back. We'll go a bit quicker this time, a bit more spring energy in this set, and roll the shoulders forward. And drop the head to one side, roll the head forward, ear to the other side, back to center, and back the other way. And repeat. And one more time. And we've got our arm swings. So one arm, then the other. Maybe make them a little bit bigger. If you want to, add a bit of a bounce if you're standing. Just lifting that energy a little bit. And let yourself come to a rest. And we've got our twists. So again, hands on hips or aeroplane the arms and twist to one side, back to center, then the other. Standing nice and tall, lifting out those hips. One more on each side. relax yourself back to center and our cat-cow. So arms in front, chin to chest, and then hands behind the back, chest towards the sky, look up slightly, and back to cat, back to cow, and back to cat, and back to cow. And shake it all off. So give everything a shake. And then bring yourself to a comfortable seated position, whether that's on your chair or on the floor, whatever works for you. And as we sit here, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Just allow your breathing to settle. And let's take a deep breath in. And exhale out through our mouth. And take a deep breath in. And exhale out through your mouth. And keeping your eyes closed, relax your hands down to a comfortable position, maybe resting on your knees or in your lap. And let your breathing settle into a comfortable rhythm, allowing it to be how it wants to be. And now I invite you to imagine that you're about to set out for a walk on this cold, windy morning. You're stood at the door of your house with your heavy winter coat on, your scarf and gloves. As you open the door and step outside, the air is sharp. A gust of wind catches you, and you wrap your coat tightly around you, grateful for your winter layers. You begin to walk. At first, your body feels stiff. The air is cool. You keep walking, and gradually, as you move, your body starts to warm up. Your breath deepens. Your muscles soften. The sun begins to come through the clouds, shining on your face, warming you. You notice you no longer need all those layers. Perhaps you loosen your scarf or unzip your coat slightly or take off your gloves. You don't throw everything away. You adjust to the changing conditions. You keep what still feels needed. You release what feels too much. You decide it's time to turn back, and you walk back towards your house. And as you walk, you ask yourself quietly, what am I still wearing that I no longer need? What feels familiar but heavy? What would it feel like to loosen it? Would removing it feel like a step too far? No need to decide everything right now. Simply notice. And as you arrive home, let the image soften and bring your awareness back to your breath, back to the room you are sat in. Take a deep breath in and a heavy exhale out. Maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Take another breath in and another breath out. And if you had your eyes closed, gently open them. And if you have a pen or paper close to hand or your journal, then I invite you to begin writing. And you might start with, what am I ready to let go of? And if that question feels too big, perhaps explore these alternatives. What feels heavier than it needs to right now? What measure or expectation belongs to a different season? Where could I loosen my grip slightly? What would lighter look like this month? Remember, you are not planning a reinvention. You are simply adjusting layers like in the walking visualization. To spend the next few minutes simply reflecting or writing what comes to mind. As our time together draws to a close, remember, we are not fully out of winter yet. There is no rush. Sometimes shaking things off is as simple as unzipping the coat or taking off the hat, scarf, or gloves. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly, and take a slow breath in and let it out. And again. And breathe it out. Thank you for being here with me. Remember, you can return to this session anytime you feel like you need some support to shake off the heavy winter energy. Until next month, here's to staying fit and well.